But the next match on the program was the Battle of the Broken Video Game. We obviously made mockery, and rightfully so, of All Friends Wrestling when they first went on the air, and they had Miro and Pip Sabian and whoever else they were involved with. I can't even remember. Maybe it was the Puddin' Gang, but they were all breaking each other's video games. And now here we are about 3 or 4 years later, and they're breaking video games on the WWE, and LA Knight broke Xavier Woods' video game. Oh, golly.
I do love the fact that Miro came in wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt, and his gimmick was he was the best man for Kip's wedding, and then that just made him the best man, and then he was just a video game fiend. And then later on, he became a brute and beat people up, and then he's off TV. Whatever Tony has pitched since then has been the creative. He's like, no, that doesn't work for me. The video game shit worked fine for him. But whatever's been pitched since then, that's too far for him.
Good God. Yeah, well, yeah, now that you put it that way. How? But
Show up in your pajamas. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Put this guy over in a match. I cannot do that.
But you know what? In all honest to God, every time I hear that, the promoter in me wants to go, oh, it's working for you to cash this check, huh? Well, it ain't working for me to send you this fucking check anymore. You're going to come in and look at the fucking lights for everybody in the company, including the popcorn guy, or elsewise we're done here. But I don't, anyway. Back to this company of video game breakers. So it's Xavier Woods versus LA Knight. And I must admit that this is what really deflated me for the rest of the program, because it was 20 minutes into the show before the bell rang for the first match. And I wrote at the top, I said, oh, so they've buried LA Knight, but at least when he works, you can see somebody that looks and moves and is trying to work and act like a professional wrestler. And maybe this is the thing where he can beat a middle card babyface. just to do it, just to say, if LA Knight wins a match, are they going to have balloons and confetti drop from the ceiling? Because it's almost never happened before. Anyway, they won a couple of minutes as usual, and everything was good. I'm not saying anything's wrong with Xavier Woods as a wrestler. He's athletic, he can work, he can do good stuff, he's got oomph. It's the problem, the gimmick. The trombones and unicorns and rainbows and lollipops and cereal. And we've mentioned numerous times the singing, promos, and all the weirdness. We don't see anybody involved in the New Day because of that. But he's having a good match here with LA Knight. And they, as I said, they went a couple minutes to break. They come back. LA gets some heat. Xavier makes a comeback. Gets a false finish. 2 count. LA gets a rope. LA Knight hits a power slam and a big leap and elbow drop. And they do some back and forth. And O'Connor roll up and holds the tights, but the referee sees it. He gets off the roll up and goes and argues with the referee. And Xavier Woods, O'Connor roll ups him, if that is the proper phraseology or whatever, and pulls his tights 1, 2, 3. And I threw my hands up in the air. I give up. That's a great finish if your heel is over. But since he is portrayed as a complete and total loser who, when you do see him, gets his ass kicked, and you don't see him more often than you do see him, a la WrestleMania, then what the fuck is this? Just everybody in the company. Just slap him, piss on him, pin him, beat him, make a flunky out of him. What in the...
Now, does this work better to get him over, or would just having him come out there, win a match 3 out of 4 weeks, and do a promo all 4 weeks have done a better job?
Well, yeah.
That's the point. It's like this guy got himself over, and they're like, okay, now let's just keep beating him. It's like this weird WWE, like, I don't know who they're testing, the wrestler or the fans, but someone's going to give up soon enough.
Well, I was about ready to, but I thought, well, we're not really even halfway through this journey into hysteria, so I'll give it a little bit more time.